Check it out. This wrench is 5/8, 9/16, and a 1/2 inch on that end, all at the same time. And then 2 different kinds of 1/2 inch on this side. All right, here we have a toolbox that I got from an auction. This one I think was $12 with the tools in it. So on the front it's got 2 little clasps and then a lock in the middle. Alright, it's a cantilever. It opens flat so you can get to all the tools. Tray with 4 compartments. Alright, and this has some unique tools in it. Let's see. So Billings, made in the USA. Chrome moly bendium. But this is the neat part. So it has different measurements for old measurement scales. So one's CAP and one's SAE. And what I noticed when I was looking at these, there's also, so yeah, like this one, that's a 7/16 U.S.S. is the measuring system. And so I'll leave links to the, this one's neat. I'll leave links to the Wikipedia pages where it talks about these. These are from either late 1800s or turn of the century, early 1900s. So this one, if you can see, it's kind of hard to, take a picture of it. It's 5/8 OC, 9/16 SAE, and 1/2 inch U.S.S. So it's the same measurement, but it's completely different in each one of those systems. So there's a wide variety of these tools like that, which they have the multiple. I'll try and get them lined up down here. I think that's most of the wrenches. All right, I'm gonna try and get you some close-ups of these. All right, there you can see a little better. They have the variety of measurements in the different systems. And then there was a wide variety of them that are just standard wrenches. But obviously older and thinner. So they're kind of, I think these are especially ones that were just given out with different tools. This one's just like flat steel. It's been cut out. All kinds of old ones. I measured the wrench that was marked 5/8 inch OC, 9/16 inch SAE, and 1/2 inch U.S.S. It measured 0.86 inches. The closest I could find to that measurement in a modern wrench was a 7/8 inch wrench, which was measured 0.87 inches. So I did some research, and it turns out that in the late 1800s and early 1900s, wrenches were named by the smallest size of bolt the screw they would fit. So rather than measure across the flats of the nut, they measured the nominal size where the threads are. So that's all confusing. Plus, there were at least 6 different standards that were measured all slightly differently. Of those, there's 3 major standards, and that's where we get those 3 sizes on the wrench. Those standards are the United States Standard, or U.S.S., the Society of Automotive Engineers, or SAE, and hex cap screw, or CAP. And that's why it says OC on it. It looks like OC. It's actually a hexagon symbol with the letter C after it. In 1929, the American Engineering Standards Committee specified that wrenches should be marked with the actual width across the flats of the nuts or bolt head that they would fit. And that's where we got the sizes that we have today. All right, here's what else is in there. So some of these old, I've seen them like spark plug, but I'm not sure. There's different sizes here, but they're just a pressed metal. I don't see any markings on them, but you can run a rod through these two. This one's kind of squared off on the end, so you could put a wrench on it. Alright, there's a little device. It says weak, spark, strong. So it looks like there's a couple of fuses in there. So I'm not sure if you would maybe hook a spark plug wire to this. And I'm really not sure. And then a piece of metal, an angle. This is an old piece of, it's like black tarish looking stuff. Maybe it had a purpose at one time. Alright. Oh, that's kind of cool. It looks like it's a tiny screwdriver and an even tinier screwdriver. And the one goes in the handle of the other. So you actually hardly notice that it's 2 screwdrivers. This is a similar style, but there's no other piece to it, at least I have seen yet. So that's interesting. Several of these, they don't have threads. There's teeth around there to get a grip on. There's like a groove. There's 4 of those. One has holes in it. I guess they all have the top hole, but this one has a hole through the side too. So I'm not sure what those are. Old part of a cigarette lighter. Some bolts and screws, washers. And then these are like chain links that you can connect things with. And a couple of washers and screws in the bottom. Oh, wait, there's something else. A metal rod. Nothing to either end of it, it's just a metal rod. So this, oh, neat. Okay, this was at the bottom. It's a newspaper. So let's try and find the dates. Looks like it's the Kansas City Star. there's the cover. So the Kansas City Star, Sunday, June 18th, 1950. So who knew that would be in there? That is really cool. There's the standings for tennis. The Browns beat the Yanks. So, tennis finals. So, this is the sports and one ad section. So. Look at these one ads. Driving distance, 40 acres, fronting pavement, large modern residence, good barn, cave, chicken house, fruit, real buy in Cardiff, Arkansas. Huh. All right, this is pretty cool. All right. So that's the toolbox. It's pretty neat. Skin lever kind of gets stuck a little bit when you kind of convince it to go forward. Looks like these are removable. I see different sections in here where they could go. That's very cool. Can't really read the name. We'll get the old magnifier out. It's something Max. And it's got a number. So I'll try and clean it up later, find out. And this is Climax, and it's a 12-inch tape measure. So very cool toolbox with some really interesting history inside of it.